何でもしますのでよろしくお願いします。
なんでも
じゃあエッチなことでも。
責任取っていただけるなら。
こんな可愛い子が。
Since you guys bombarded the comment section for more harem shows, I decided to make this list. Here we are ranking more harem shows today. So without wasting any time, I present you top 10 harem anime you need to watch. Let's start our list with Nobunaga Teacher's Young Bride. Our protagonist is a middle-class teacher. He always dreams of a game-like situation where a girl who loves him will suddenly appear before him. However, the one who appears is a 14-year-old girl named Kichu. She appears to have came from the Sengoku era, and she proclaims herself as his wife. She mistakes him as Oda Nobunaga and urges him to conceive a child with her. Despite all the hate, I really feel this show is not for everyone. If you're looking for more ecchi comedy-oriented thing, you're gonna love this show. Also, the anime composed of short 7 minutes episodes, but each one manages to make you laugh at least once. Moving on, we have Onisuki. I don't like my brother at all. Junior high school student named Now has a strong brother complex. She's so determined that she tries to throw away all his private stash from his bedroom. But while searching for his private things, she stumbles upon his childhood album. She gets surprised, seeing that she's not in any of his childhood pictures. I feel with this show, it's a hit or miss situation. If you're into this genre, you would probably end up liking this show. I personally like the comedy part of the anime. Also the unusual character design, which helps it making less serious. Not gonna lie, but they kind of feel like aliens. But overall, it's a decent show to watch and have a good laugh. In 8th place, we have Tayutama, Kiss on My Deity. Our protagonist is a normal Japanese teenager. However, he works on people's motorcycle and performs exorcism. Despite all the things, one day, he finds a mysterious relic in the woods. A goddess appears and tells him to leave it alone. But unfortunately, the seal gets broken and a number of dangerous Tayutis get loose. Also, he ends up with a beautiful goddess girl who decides that she's going to marry him. Despite some cliché moments, I feel it's a pretty decent anime. Not overly ecchi, no unwanted fan service, just a pleasant action romance series. I think you should definitely give this show a chance. In 7th place, we have Henseki. Are you willing to fall in love with a pervert? As long as she's a cutie. Our protagonist is a normal high school student who's seeking a girlfriend. One day he receives a love letter from an anonymous sender. To determine the identity of his secret admirer, he starts investigating several possible candidates. However, he soon comes to know about the perverted fetishes hidden behind each candidate's innocent exteriors. Even though having many flaws in the storyline, show manages to excel in animation and comedy department. Overall, I feel if you're searching for something light and comedic with better animation, you'll find this show entertaining. In 6th place, we have If Her Flag Breaks. Our protagonist has a unique ability to see flags above the other people. He can also bring them down to stop certain events from happening. But due to some accident, he starts believing that only misfortune will befall those who are near him. However, everything starts changing when he sees a death flag on one of his classmates. He must save her, and this starts his new journey where he'll make new friends and also try to find more about his abilities. I personally like this anime for the unusual concept of the flags. I feel this show is really funny and characters are also portrayed nicely. Just keep in mind that this show is not related to fantasy action genre. Coming at the 5th place, we have Fortune Arterial. The entire story revolves around our protagonist, who transfers into a prestigious public school. The place is situated on an island offshore from mainland Japan, and the only way to get there is by boat. When he transfers to the school, he discovers that one of the students in his class is actually a vampire. I personally feel the show is more oriented towards the romance and drama. Don't get me wrong, there are some harem moments, but it's not focused that much. Overall, if you're looking for something which is not full of echiness and have a good storyline, then you might enjoy this one. Just give it a try. You won't regret it. In 4th place, we have Tokimeki Memorial. Our protagonist has just transferred to a new school due to his father's job. But when he enters the school, he finds something strange. The headmaster's secretary controls the school, while the teachers are stranger than normal teachers. Even the student body is walking around with animal ears on. On his first day, he is unfortunate enough to find himself at the center of the student council event. With all these things, it's unsure whether he'll be able to survive this new school. I feel if you're seeking humor and beautiful girls falling for the same guy, you might enjoy this one. Also, the episodes are interesting enough to keep you entertained for a while. Moving on, we have Malcolm. Our protagonist would prefer nothing more than to have a normal high school life. But due to his absolute choice, which is a mental curse, he has to decide between two outrageous choices, adding more to his dilemma. This phenomenon tends to occur in the public places, just when his school life can't seem to be doomed any further. A decision that he selects on the way home sends a beautiful girl crashing down from the sky. I feel this is one of the funniest harem comedy show out there. I found myself laughing once or twice during each episode. Overall, if you want to watch something light and have a good laugh, you're knocking on a right door.
I'm just calling to say.
In 2nd place, we have Nyankoi. Our protagonist is a second-year high school student who has an allergy for cats. But unfortunately, he's surrounded by the cat lovers. One day while returning home from school, he attempts to kick an empty can into the trash. Instead of making it to the garbage, the can ends up breaking off the head of a cat deity statue. He gets cursed with the ability to understand cat speech. Now he has to do 100 good deeds to lift the curse. I feel characters and comedic elements makes this show into an enjoyable experience. Overall, if you want harem anime with little touch of supernatural, you would find this interesting. In 1st place, we have the comic artist and his assistants. Our protagonist is a perverted manga artist. Being surrounded by numerous female assistants, he is constantly asking to use them as references for the manga he draws. Behind his exterior, he's a very kind and generous person. This behavior confuses his assistants. If you're searching a show full of comedy and ecchi elements, then you might like this show. Animation is good. Also, characters are lovable. Overall, this show is just a perfect pick if you want to throw all your stress and have a good laugh. Do give it a try and let me know your thoughts. That's all for today's list, guys. I hope you must have enjoyed the video. Show your support by dropping a like